Hey guys, welcome back to Andy Talks, my podcast. So, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. So, let's just get right in now that I cleared my notifications and most of them are pointless. So yeah, we're going to talk, we're going to answer questions, we're going to do it all. And we're going to be happy about it. So the first question, or we're starting off with a question, is for those of you who haven't checked yesterday's video, well no, we're talking about them. And technically it's today for me, but for you it will be yesterday because I'm filming this on Tuesday, and it's going to be up by Wednesday. And I posted a video, and it's called Me and Star, and what it is, and it starts off with I'm Star, it's like a video about Star, essentially. Then it goes into me, and I get into this really nice conversation about no hate and bully. We're going to start with talking about why I did that conversation. The reasoning was because there's a really good reasoning. Because I know what it's like. I know what it's like to do social media. And from a perspective of that you don't have hate. You don't have, no one's ever been really rude to you. Except for maybe an occasional dislike. But yeah, I know what it's like in that case. And the topic was no hate and no bullying. And I'm the type that I understand that there is hate, there is bullying. It shouldn't be a thing. I don't want it to be a thing, but it is a thing, and that no matter how many people try, unless every single person on earth tried, there wouldn't really be much of a way to stop it completely. Like if every single person on earth agreed to not hate, not bully on anyone, we would live in a much happier place and a much happier earth. I want that happy earth, but unfortunately we may not get that. Because there are those haters. I know what it's like to be bullied. Not saying who bullied me, not saying how or what. I'm gonna say I know what it's like being bullied. I physically know what it's like. I have had 2 people bully me, not bringing up one, but I am gonna bring up the other. Because this was one that was this really nice girl. Well, at first, no. So back when I was 5 years old, no, 6. I was 6 years old. Me and my niece, because at the time my niece lived with my sister, and they lived not too far down the road, that sort of thing. And we went to a summer camp. So I went for 1 week. She went for 2 weeks. The reason I don't really know why 100%, but I just remember that's how it was. And we did something that not everyone did. We did swimming lessons, although it was kind of weird because I kind of knew how to swim, but not 100%. So it was versus my niece. And to this day, she won't admit. Oh no, she's my great niece, if I should say. And to this day, she won't admit that she don't really know how to swim. Because that kind of embarrassed her. Because she was a year younger than me, so she was 5, and I can't swim at age 5, But we were never personally taught, so we took swimming lessons, and not everyone in the camp did. It was a bonus thing that we did, and so as a lot of the kids would have an extra 15, 20 minutes to play, we would spend that 15-20 minutes working on swimming lessons. And it was really fun. Like, it was a fun summer camp. But then, this one day, the fun part about it was because oftentimes we would run into, like, my sister or, like, my parents because they, actually, it was at a gym, and my mom and dad used to go to the gym. It got expensive, and we just didn't need it anymore, so we just, like, kind of quit what they did. But I would come with them a lot, like, so we would just run into them in the pool area, But pretty much what happened was that, so what happened was this one day, and I remember this day because, so this one day, which was actually my last day there, was like parent day or something. We did something. We were having like a little miniature party about something, and like my sister came, my mom and my dad came, like that sort of thing, and we pretty much, yeah, like pretty much. So we were watching a movie, or like we were watching TV. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, like some sort of cartoon. I'm pretty sure, or like a movie. I can't fully remember. And this girl, we thought she was really nice, like, so I had my first ever loose tooth, and I was showing it off to my great niece, like, Bella's sister, and there was no issue, like, whatsoever. It was perfectly normal, like, like, no issue. I was just showing off to her. And then the girl was sitting in front of my niece, and she turns around and said, "You're wiggling it." And I'm like, "That's what you do with a loose tooth?" Like, it's not wiggly. You're just wiggling it. Like, she genuinely thought I could take any tooth in my mouth and just wiggle it. Like, even when it's not loose. That's not a thing, or at least it's never been a thing that I know of. And just start, like, kind of getting in a little bit, and I, being shy, but I was getting ready to, like, go, like, kind of be like, "Hey, you need to stop, or else I'll tell, like, an adult." And my great niece looks at her and goes off on her, and it's so funny. And she's like, "You don't have a right to say, it's rude to say that to someone, someone that is shy and doesn't always stick up, but I'm sticking up for her, and if you don't stop and be quiet, and I'm gonna go tell the staff, like people, or like teachers, I don't know what to call them, I'm gonna say staff." And then the girl was like, "I'm sorry," and just kind of turned around and went quiet. And I went like, and like a way to put me down, but also bring me up. Like, like it was a mixture of both, because I am shy, but it doesn't mean that I don't stand up for myself. Like, I'm shy to a point. I'm not as shy anymore. Like before, if I would be shy, even I'm just going to music class, or like something like that, especially around my crush, because like I have a crush on him. It's like when they don't know, it's like really weird. But yeah, that was something. But yeah, so like I'm that generally, if we can all just work on things, we can make a less hate and less bully sort of earth. Like, we can make this world better where not as many people get hate or bully. Hopefully no one does, No, like, cause, so yeah. So the next topic on our podcast is future music videos. yes, there is future music videos. Right now, my singing area is like, I need to work on it, and I understand that. But I'm also not gonna be like, oh. Like, right now, in about a week, I have a song coming out, and I'm excited for it. Like, I'm very excited for it. And it's actually a song that I'm not like, it's something that I'm not gonna really bring up what it's from, because let me tell you something. I know someone and that I don't really like, because I grew up with them. They always been like, we always been friends. We always been very well together. Like, I'm not saying who, not saying what they did or anything, because I do want to not get in trouble and stuff, and also just to be like somewhat nice. Like, I'm a very nice person, but if it comes to the point where you do something that really hurts me, I'm gonna do something and make sure that you get a little bit of something from it. It's not just like, oh, I move on and don't ever talk to you again. It's like, you're gonna get a little bit of something from it, and then I'll move on and never talk to you again. But yeah, so that's kind of what the song is about. It's about someone that I used to know, and then they turned their back on me. Like, it's about like, oh, and it's a way to come back from like the haters and stuff, because I'm very excited for that, and that's really gonna be fun. And yeah. Yeah, and personally, I do have a message for that person that I'm gonna say right now. Um, I feel bad for you. Honestly, I feel bad for you, because the fact that you did it first up, um, really shows me what type of person you are. Not the greatest. And also, the other thing that I want to say is I also feel bad for you, because guess what? I'm on my way to being famous and becoming a star one day, and I'm not trying to be like really like jealous or like the one that's like braggy, but I am gonna celebrate my success and be excited when I get a good opportunity. Yeah. And I feel bad because you're not going to be a part of that. You get to basically, in the future, someone comes up to you and do you know Lolly? Like, from, like, social media and stuff. And you get to be like, yeah, like, you must be so lucky, like, that sort of thing. And then you will be like, I guess I'm not lucky. No, like, you get to basically, if someone ever brings up to you, someone that found me on social media or is a fan of mine brings up to you, you have to be like, I'm not lucky because I wasted my opportunity to be a friend of someone famous or soon to be, hopefully one day, famous. And I just missed out on it. And now I'm going to be at the top and you're not. You're going to be the person, you're going to be, I like to say it this way so it comes out nice, because I'm trying to be somewhat nice. That you're going to be the person who is average. You're like the average, like you're a lower graded like person. I mean, if you're at the level of where you could make some, you could do a lot in life if you force yourself to do a lot in life, like a lot of good and like get a successful career. But I'm gonna be like the famous one that's like a pop star, actress sort of thing. And I'm gonna be higher up because as I'm always gonna be higher up until you change and not be rude to people and you actually only let life be fun and not hurt the people around you like you hurt me. So that's my message to them. I'm not saying names of who it is. They hurt me in a way that I thought they wanted. And so I went like, you know what? I can make a song out of it saying how I came back from that and now I don't even talk to them. I don't ever call them, although I am forced to see them, and stuff like that. When they come, it's like maybe we'll talk for like a minute and like I'll like keep my radar and be like, okay. And be the bigger person and actually give them a shot, but then like, okay. And then, yeah. And then, and the minute that if they decide, I'm gonna say something bad about Lolly or something, or like do something to hurt me or like be rude, then I'm gonna be like guns up or like be like, not actually what I would do. I would be like, okay, and the person in attack mode, they're planning their attacking mode by being rude, and I'm just gonna stand up and be like, hey, I'm walking away. I don't need you in my life. That's my decision to put you in my life or not. And when I'm famous, you get to be the one that says I missed out on knowing someone really great and being a part of me being great, like that's just gonna be a thing. So yeah, next topic. Ooh. So I'm gonna pull out my phone to see if we have any questions. Fan questions. Because if so, we'll answer the fan question. I don't think we will. Okay. Okay, 1 second. So we do not have any fan questions. So we're gonna move on. We're gonna move on to career. So a lot of you might want to know more about what I want to do in my career and how I plan to get. The truth is, I don't audition for things that often, especially now because of COVID-19. Like quarantine, like that sort of stuff. But I live in an area that there's not a lot that you can really audition for. So but at this point, I talked that over with my dad, and we talked about it. He said, I asked him like, hey, if there's ever something that I get a chance to like sign up and audition for and I really want to do it, would you let me and stuff? And he said, and if you want to do it and you actually really want to do it and it's not like, oh, you're doing it just to like seem cool, you actually want to do it, then I would let you. We would figure out what we need to do and that's all. As it's nothing like inappropriate or like anything bad, or seeming too much like a scam or something. And then you can do it, because something that you guys may not know about me is about over a year ago, well actually, like right near the end of us, like, well, a while ago, let's just say that, like about either a year or maybe two, I actually did a Justice fashion show. Yeah, that was really fun. So my great niece, because I lived with her and my sister and stuff, and my mom and my dad, and we lived with people, okay? And there was a Justice store. We actually had two near us, and so we went to there was one that was inside of a mall, and there was one that was like a standalone next to like a super Target. And my sister and my great niece, Bella's sister, were out shopping one day to get her a few things, and they went into the Justice and found out about this like Justice fashion show, and they signed me up. My great niece signed up, and my sister signed me up, and then came home and went like, hey, you don't have to do this, but if you want to. And they brought it up to me, and then we brought it up to my mom. My dad was not home at the time. He was out grocery shopping. And my mom was like, okay, you want to do it, you can do it. And we'll just, but you gotta ask Dad. You gotta ask Dad first. And so my dad gets home and I'm like, hey, a really great opportunity for me to be a fashion model for Justice came up, and I want to do it, Oh, I wasn't being paid for it. There was literally the only thing that was a plus was that at the end we got it was all really great, and I'll get to kind of like a prize thing that. So then we went up there. Me, my mom, and my dad talked about it, and he went like, you know what, do you want to do this? And I'm like, yes, it seems fun. And I love Justice clothing, it's cute. I prefer JoJo clothing, but Justice would be at the top of my list. And he went like, okay, looks like you're doing it. And so I got really excited, and really excited. I was so excited, and I was constantly just working on anything that could be good. And then Saturday came, which was the day of it, and unfortunately my parents and my sister didn't get to see it, only because what happened that there were two different timings. There was one that was at 11:45, and then there was one that was at 1 o'clock, and we were signed up for the 1 o'clock one, and we went in there at 11 just to make sure that we didn't need to come in early or anything, and then we ended up doing the one at 11:45 only because we were there, and also because that it was being run by two teenage girls, and so and also not a lot of people were signed up for the 11:45. A lot of people were signed up for the 1 o'clock, and so then they went here's what you can come back in about 15-20 minutes, and then we'll get started. So we went out. I'm pretty sure we went and got food. Yeah, we went out, got some food. We came back, and then they went so here's what we want you to do. we want you to go around the store and pick out 2 outfits. It's like you get an accessory with both outfits. One accessory, like a shirt or like a dress. You get like a skirt or a pair of pants. Unless you're wearing a dress, then you don't have to. And then you get a pair of shoes. And then you get 2 full outfits. And then like go over to like the dressing room area and wait, and we'll tell you. So me and my niece were looking around, and it was hard because there were a lot of cute things there, and pretty much what happened was I ended up picking out, I picked out like this pink skirt that was kind of cute, and then like a unicorn like top with like, I'm pretty sure it was a JoJo bow. Yeah, a JoJo bow. And then like these like rainbow flip-flops. I ended up wearing my other pair for both because what happened was that I wore my rainbow, I picked out unicorn flip-flops for my second outfit, but because they like ended up with just wearing the unicorn one for both, which worked. Then I had a rainbow skirt, like a unicorn shirt, and then I was going full on unicorn that day, and then I had unicorn like ears, like a unicorn horn headband, where it's like the unicorn horn and the ears. Yeah, and those were my outfits. Then we got over to the area. At first we didn't pick out shoes, and then a lady said that her daughters got to pick out shoes, and then we went and picked out the shoes because they said that we could. So then, and they're like, so we're going to put you in this dressing room. You like started assigning this dressing room, and they said soon as you're fully like dressed in an outfit, you're going to come into this back little room. Like we got to go into like this back little room, and that's where we started, and then we got back there all in a line, and the line went whoever came first or like made it back first would be front of the line. Like it was based off of how quickly you changed. So if you were first and you changed like fast, you would be up first and stuff. And then that they would write on like 2 boards, like the clipboards, like everyone in what order and stuff. And then they said, so you're just gonna walk out there, and they're gonna, she's gonna announce your name, you're gonna walk out there and do something like a cute fashion pose or something. And then you're just gonna walk back. And so then it came, so my niece was like in front of me, and comes back, and it's like, it's scary out there, and I'm like, and then like she doesn't admit when she's scared or something. Like she said there are people watching you, and I'm like, what did you expect? There's gonna be people watching you, and it wasn't even a big crowd. It was like a smaller crowd, but it was something. And so then I walk out there, no problem, just do a cute old pose or stuff, come back, and then we all went to the dressing room, changed into our second outfit. Then we repeated the process, and that, because we had a thing in our house called, where we would go up to someone and we would go, unicorn, and it was just a thing, and my niece got too scared, but my great niece got too scared to do that. And so, and by the way, there wasn't really a runway. It was literally just 2 pieces of pink tape. Like, very long pink tape. But it worked, and like some chairs around it. And I went up and I did that, and everyone loved it, Like, and we changed back into our normal clothes. We gave the clothes, like, to the woman that was, like, doing something with them, like, And then, pretty much, then they went like, so you're gonna go up to the front and, well, no, you and your parent will go up to like the register and tell them that you were in the fashion show, and then they'll give you like the whole paper, and then you get to pick out a like prize. And so in the auction for the prize where it was like different types of like body glitter or like body sequins. And then we had like these eye gems and like something else, like they're gems that you put on your face. And I chose the unicorn pink and purple like body sequins. And yeah, and we got our paper and that was that, but it was a great opportunity. Like, so personally, there's not a lot of opportunities where I live, and that's part of why one day I do want to move to LA, because like it's the land of opportunities and what I want to do, so obviously. But it was a fun little experience, and to think I was working with Justice, like a big known company, like it was fun. And I actually very recently got a bathing suit from there. It's mermaid. No, what happened was it's the Justice brand, but it was at TJ Maxx. And I love it. Like, it's cute, it's a cute mermaid. I like cute mermaids. I like mermaids. And then that day, then we went over to Toys R Us because they were closing. And so we went over there, and then we each got $20. And I literally spent it on one item. I got me a JoJo Siwa Kid and Candy Store Barbie doll. It sings JoJo Siwa's Kid and Candy Store song. And I loved it. And that was my prize, and I couldn't be happier, versus my, like, great niece, she got, like, 2 things of Flark. She got some Play-Doh, because she was gonna see if Play-Doh would, like, give it the same thing as, like, Model Magic clay, It doesn't, it wouldn't mix and it was a mess. Luckily, we only ruined one, and then I got to keep the other. And then she got, like, this tiger stuffed animal, like, yeah. Overall, I was better at, like, doing something that I really wanted, but she was better at using it wisely and getting multiple items out of it, And yeah, and it just worked. So, yeah, but right now, if there is any opportunities, I will try to take them that we hear. Like, for me, I'm the type that I don't really search anything.